Hello everyone, welcome to Nrcm. This is Shravani and I'm going to explain about operating system of Unit 5 and the topic is file operation. So now we'll be seeing what are the operations of the file. So as we all know that a file is an abstract data type. So for defining a file properly, we need to consider the operations that can be performed on the files. So the operating system can provide system calls to create, to read, to write, to reposition, to delete, and to truncate the files. So basically there are normally 6 file operations within this operating system. So now we are going to discuss about those. So first is like it is create. So create is nothing but creating a file. So normally if we want to create a file, we'll just double click the file and we'll save the file. But here there are two steps for creating the file. So first of all, the space in the file system must be found for the file. So that is the step done by the operating system, and then we need to allocate the space for the file. Then later an entry for the new file must be made in the directory. So this is done by the operating system. Once we create the file, this happens internally. Okay, and the next is like writing to the file. So writing to the file means just whatever, if you are preparing a document, we'll be just typing or writing whatever we want. And but whenever we write a file, so we'll be making the unknowingly we'll be making the system call which specify about both the name of the file along with the information to be written to the file. Okay, and so this is like it depends, this system call will be different. It depends on the operating system. The system call names will be different but the functionality will be same. So for Linux, the system call generation will be different, and coming to this like Windows, it will be different. And next is reading a file. So normally we read a file with the help of this read pointer location. So to read from a file, what happens, we use a system call. Okay, we use a system call which specifies the name of the file and where within the memory the next block of the file should be placed. Okay, so just whenever we want to read a file, or whenever we open the file, if we want to perform any of the changes, like if you want to write anything into the file, what first initially the files, everything will be stored in the secondary directory. Once when you request for the file or any program, so then after double clicking on it, so it will be some memory will be given to it. So then only the file will be stored again into the main memory. So once means some memory will be allocated to that file. Okay, some memory will be allocated there. You can read and you can make changes, right? In this is like you can make some changes, and once again after saving, that will be saved into the file. And then later, once when you close the file, then again it will be going back, it will be going back to the secondary memory. Okay, next is like we have finished about this write, read, and now the repositioning with the file. So this is the seek is the system call. So with the repositioning means what, if the directory is then searched for the suitable entry. Okay, and the current, and it will check for the current file position pointer whether it is located or not, and it relocates the it will relocate the file so whenever it is need. And the file operation is also termed as file seek. So repositioning with the file, repositioning, if you want to reposition anything within the file, so then this seek command will be executing on purpose of us. So next, going with the delete command. So or you can say deleting a file. Delete command is nothing but deleting a file. So for deleting a file, normally we'll just click on the delete button. So but internally what happens, it searches for the directory for the specific file first. So as we all know that the files will be stored in the directory. So first, so it will search for the within this directory all the files will be present. So first it will search for the directory where the file is present, and then where the specific file is present, and deleting that file or like deleting the directory, it depends on that. Okay, directory, it releases all the file space so that the space can be reused by the other files. So if in the directory, if there is f1 and there is f2, two files are present. Okay, so just if there are two files are present, suppose if consider if you want to delete this f1, so this phrase, this this will be removed, and here free space will be allocated, so that this directory will be it is like making free space so that any other file can be come and stored in the same directory. Okay, this is all about delete. And next we are moving to like truncating a file. So normally here the user may wish for erasing the contents of a file, as we all do that, content of a file, but keeping the attribute same. Like rather than deleting the file and then recreate it, this utility allows all attributes to remain unchanged, like except the file length, and let the user to add or edit the file content. So as we all will be doing, suppose like if there is a file called as like f3. So I just want to take the example. I've created the PPT, or you can say F3. This is the PPT. So I prepared all the PPTs, or I have prepared one PPT. But if I have gone through the like syllabus and all, the topic is not present. Then what I'll do? I'll just delete the slide. I'll Then the file name will be same and everything will be same, just I will be adding the new slide. Only what differs is here, like the length of the size or the length of the file matters. That's it. So next here, open file means, as I discussed earlier, so if you want to open a file, so first what happens, so it will search for the directory structure, and from within the directory structure that file will be opened. So within this the file will be opened, and it will be moving into the memory. So it will be moving into the main memory, and then so it will be creating some memory space to that file, and then only the file is visible to us, and whatever the changes are made to the file, so all those changes will be acceptable, so they will be saved into the memory. Okay, and next is close is nothing but like again, so from where the file has come, after saving all the details in the main memory, then what it will do again, it will move back to the secondary memory. From where the file has come, it will be moving back to the secondary memory. So these all are like about this file operations. And not only this, we have some file pointers. This file pointer, like it can record the current position in the file for the next read or write access. Like you will be telling the pointer, file pointer, so wherever you'll stop, it will start from there. Next to file open count, it is there, and so it shows like how many times the current file has been opened. Okay, it will be different, it will be here, this file open count, it will be showing how many times you have opened simultaneously by different process, like that. And we have like system provides some support for if you want to lock the file, so some locking facilities also provide, that is called as a shared lock. Shared lock can be used for reading only, and exclusive lock is used for writing as well as reading. And adversary lock, like it is adversary lock can be used. And next is mandatory lock. It can be used means no one can open. So Unix system, like Unix use these adversary locks, and Windows uses these mandatory locks. And next, moving to the next slide. So here I want to show like different file types and names. We'll be thinking like there'll be different files, like first is executable type file, object file, source code, batch file, text file, word processor, library file, so print or view file, archive file, and multimedia files. And for each files we'll be having different extensions. So based on these extensions only, so the operating system can identify or it can segregate all the files together. So by seeing the these extensions, it will understand like, okay, this is executable file, so I need to do so and so. Okay, by see without this, first of all, we cannot save. So for text, I think we all are aware of this object file. So whenever you compile, whenever the program is compiled, it will be converted into this object file. And these executable files are like which will be producing some, like you can say like they're ready to run the machine language program. So these are called, and this object files means whenever you compile, so this will be converted into object file, that is machine language. is called as it will be converted into machine, and the code will be converted into machine understandable language, so that is called as object file. So source code, we all know that what source code is nothing but what we all are implementing, like it is like English, like if you want to implement the C, you will be using the extension .c. I mean, if it is C++ .cpp, Java, so etc. and all. And so next is batch files. See, these are not interactive. Batch files are not interactive, so these are just like command interpreters. Next, text files, we know that normal text files and documents files, we know that this is it for text file, and doc is used for creating the document file. And word processor files, these are different word processor. And library files, like we'll be including using like hash included stdlib.h, like header files, and we'll be including, so these are the library files. So, and next, print or view files, I mean like jpg files, okay, pdf files, okay, and archive files, and these are the multimedia files, and these are the different file types and with names and extensions. And well, today we have discussed about like the what are the different like file types, and what are the like no, and we understood like name, extension and all, and we have discussed about what are the operations the file can perform. Thank you. I'll be coming up with next video.